Hey, how you doing today, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and make a video. It's been a little while, and there's a lot of news, but I'm just going to pick a couple things here or there to talk about. So here's the thing: Dems are up to their nonsense again. It's always a double standard every time. Um, I mean, we can keep it civil, and we could be respectful, but I think that the Dems should understand that you know um, our president and his administration, they don't want to deal with this obstruction and hypocrisy, forever. So here's the thing. I feel as though the Dems are having a double standard. Okay, Stacey Abrams, she lost in Georgia, and this is a pattern. Okay, so Stacey Abrams says that okay, there's voter suppression going on. Um, and I disagree completely. Obviously, I mean, here's the thing. There are certain laws that have to be followed. If people don't follow the law, if people fall off, let's say their voter registration because they haven't voted in like 3 years or something like that. I mean, that the law is the law. Um, but Stacey Abrams, was sitting there whining and complaining, and she's the victim, and oh Lord, racism, and the oh my God, yeah, like this is the same fire ice theory that I've had for a long time, which is, basically the tactics of cry bullying. So I'm going to scream, I'm going to holler, I'm going to break every law in the book. I'm going to lie, cheat, kill, steal, call you every single name under the sun. I'm going to play identity politics. I'm going to utilize Hollywood. I'm going to do everything in my power to win. And then the split moment that I lose, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. I'm a victim even though I had Hollywood on my side. I'm a victim even though, well, let's say people got locked up for committing election fraud in Georgia. And if I get some articles or whatever, I'll post them in the description section. Um, so laws are broken, arrests are happening in your state, but you're a victim. And here's the thing. Now there's going to be a retaliation against the black community. Okay, this is how hell bent, and I don't know the right way to say it. This is how hell bent, I guess, the Democrats or the liberal establishment is. That's how far they're going to go. They're going to retaliate against the black community. I mean, because in Georgia, there's a lot of black people there. So let's say Hollywood wants to boycott Georgia. So think about that. Why? Are they hoping that they're going to upset their audience? They're going to basically isolate and ostracize, their audience to the point where, people are going to be crawling on their knees. Oh, please, Hollywood, come back. I'm begging you. Oh, we need you. We miss you. Is that the whole angle about it? Because I don't think it's going to work. Uh, but yeah, that's it. That's the retaliation. So I guess they don't want to film in Georgia. They don't want to do anything in Georgia. And now it's been confirmed that anything that benefits the black community, that gives them a chance at living out the American dream, having a bright future, stacking up that money, anything in that regards is the equivalent of the Antichrist for Hollywood. It's the equivalent of the Antichrist for people like Stacey Abrams and these radical Democrats. This is how much they hate us. This is how much they hate y'all. This is how much they hate the black community. Here's the thing. The media running around projecting racism, racism, racism all over Trump, guess what? They're the racists. They're the ones that's trying to hold down the black community. They're the ones that's trying to replace the black community with all these illegals. Because remember, like Obama said, oh, the caravan, it's in our imagination and they're not doing anything bad. So while they're trying to replace us with these illegals during the whole election process, when the elections, turn out to benefit the black community, okay, now it's a bar to retaliate by any means necessary and just take it out on the black community. Does anybody see this? And I'm going to put this all over, the social media because people need to know this. They are literally attacking the black community, just like they're trying to use the black community. But since, I guess the Democrats and the media, they realize, oh, we can't use them anymore. Now they want to replace us with the illegals. No, no, no. We can't have a chance at the American dream. We can't have a chance in having a good job with benefits and having a house and putting away money for our kids to go to college. No, the black community does not deserve that. So peep game. Peep game and realize that they're willing to, in my opinion, okay, they're willing to kill us. They're willing to throw us in horrible situations, environments where we'll kill each other. They're willing to brainwash us into embracing thug culture and destroying ourselves and scamming and plotting and stealing from each other until we go bankrupt. They're willing to move heaven and earth to hold down the black community and use us as an anchor for power so that they can push their agenda and we're just the proxy. You see what I'm saying? We're just the proxy, and then that bleeds their agenda out to the rest of society. They're willing to go that far. So, in conclusion, all these people who are screaming and hollering racism, 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 they're the real racists. That's how evil works. It's real simple. Evil works just like that. Evil always projects, what do you call it, Saul Alinsky and tactics. You accuse the other ones of what you're doing. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And I mean, when I went to the Young Black Leadership Summit, and people want to call me a token Negro, when I see people whining and complaining, and this is not Van Jones. Van Jones, thank you very much. But when I see people whining and complaining about prison reform, okay, and we know that it helps the black community, but see, they don't want that. They can't have it. They can't handle it because, see, I believe the secret is the black community is used as an anchor for power, and I'm gonna stand by it. So, peep game, realize what's going on, okay, and realize that all these people that are screaming, hollering racist, Trump is racist and the administration's racist and, Heil Hitler and all this other crazy stuff, they're only projecting. They're the true racists. Because if they were not the true racists, then they would not be so offended at the success of the black community. On top of that, these same media outlets, and I will always bring this up, I'm not going to drop it, but where are all the good examples for the black community? In particular, black men. Because, see, Trump's approval rating has been going up with black men over time. Real funny, huh? See, I think that black men are starting to realize the game that's being played on us. And that these same people that are accusing Trump are the ones that are moving heaven and earth to crush the successful black men. Because, hey, we already know how culture is. If you're intelligent, you got a lot of potential, then you just an uppity nigga. Oh, now you acting white. And then if you get treated like that, I mean, come on, what's going to happen? Nobody's going to mess with you. You're going to be ostracized and isolated. So we know that money is tied directly to people, right? So if you're isolated, ostracized, how can you have an economic success? And I'm not saying, oh, it's the end of the world. I'm just trying to kind of like point out the whole method to the madness. Okay. Just like we have, let's see, a problem with younger black women, and it's like, oh, you're not edgy enough, you're not cool, you're not hip enough, and in the culture, a lot of our black women tend to get with thugs. They love a thug. You know what I'm saying? They'll mess with a thug. And I mean, this is where I go right back to the media. Y'all are the ones that call yourselves the black community leaders. And I don't see this happen with any other race to such a extreme degree. And I'm not trying to sound racist here, but I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I don't see, white culture or Asian culture or Hispanic culture. I don't see them literally promoting and thug culture and pedestalizing thug culture in the context of, oh, you're cool if you act ratchet. You're cool if you sell dope. You're cool if you gangbang. I don't see it to that extreme. I don't see that. That's just my opinion. Um, and I'm talking about in a mainstream sense. I don't see that mainstream. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this video. I went a little bit long, but the last thing I'll say about this is, in the black community, I feel as though we have a problem of an. Not only is it, let's say, a school to prison pipeline, because the school systems are not very good, but I see it more of a entertainment to prison pipeline. Okay, this entertainment, there are not very many good examples for the black community, especially for black men. I don't see it all over TV and all over social media, all these aspiring, successful, educated, um, prosperous black men. I don't see it everywhere. Um, but I see 1,001 examples of the opposite. So that's it with that. If y'all like the video, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button. And I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm always open to be wrong, but I truly believe that the media is bending over backwards to hold down the black community. This goes back with statistics on the voting of Democrats, and like what and all that. So you have a good day. I'll make another video. See you later.